Where we going?
Oh,
Where we
don't
going?
do it.
Where we going?
Don't do it, Baldy.
Where we going?
Don't do
Let it
it.
go on for it.
No, don't do it.
You done him. Alcohol doesn't kill me.
No way.
Yo my people, welcome back. Trust me, I will win here. And today we're going to be breaking down one of the most notorious Street Fighter characters of all time, Akuma in Street Fighter 6. And we're going to be showing you how to get your Akuma to master. If you're interested in taking your Akuma to the next level, hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get started.
Akuma.
To start things off, Akuma is a very versatile character. He's got quite a lot of tools at his disposal. There's a lot of different ways you can mix it up. He's got a great shimmy game, he's got great walk speed, which means you can just easily just walk up to your opponent and throw them. He's also got some really good screen extending moves. So for example, he's got a standing hard kick. You can just hit that button wherever you are, and 9 times out of 10, you'll connect with your opponent, and then you can combo off that. It's entirely up to you.
Sacrifice yourself to the sweet no hardo.
So, if we're just looking at some of the frame traps that Akuma has available at the moment, let's just put our character on block. So he's going to block every move that we throw at him, and he's going to try and grab us in between those blocks, and then that's what we're going to use to set our frame traps up. So frame trap number 1, super duper easy, anyone can do this. All you need to do is just know how to drive rush forward and how to hit crouch and medium punch 2 times in a row, and you'll be able to land this combo, and you'll be able to get a nice little conversion for that as well. So in order to do it, it's really simple. All you want to do is just kind of hold down the parry buttons as you normally would, and then you're just going to drive forward and you're going to hit medium punch, medium punch. So you're just going to drive forward, medium punch, medium punch. What will happen is the first punch will be blocked, so that will be blocked. But then what will happen is if your opponent tries to mash any buttons, if they try to press, light punch, or if they try to grab you in between that, they'll get caught with the second medium punch. So you'll go forward, you'll hit the first medium punch, the second medium punch will hit, and then you can convert a nice big combo off the back of that. The next thing that we want to look at in terms of frame traps to set up, one that's really simple, it doesn't take any kind of drive rush to set up, is medium punch into light punch. So you can pretty much just hit standing medium punch next to your opponent, they'll block that, then that will leave you plus on block, and then that will allow you to be able to follow up with a light punch. So I'm going to go up to my opponent and hit medium punch, hit a light punch, and you see no matter what happens, if the opponent presses any buttons, they'll automatically get hit with the light punch, which then allows you to be able to combo off the back of that. You also get a nice little counter punch off that as well, so when that hits, you can also combo that. But what else you can do in terms of another frame trap is the corner pressure. So for example, let's just say you got your opponent in the corner and you want to set up a nice little frame trap, they've got a tiny bit of energy back, and you just want to convert it straight into your super. What you can do is you can basically just get your opponent in a simple light tatsu setup. So once you've done that, you're going to press light kick, and then straight after the light kick, you're going to use heavy Adamant Flame. If it's done correctly or successfully, what will happen is when your opponent tries to react, you'll have plus frames on that. So you'll have open while your opponent's on the floor. As they get up, if they try to mash any buttons or they try to grab, they will automatically be hit with the hard Adamant Flame. Once they're hit with the hard Adamant Flame, that will then give you a counter, and then you can follow up for massive damage in the corner. So another frame trap that is extremely useful on this game is light tatsu into hard punch and DP, into light kick, into hard punch straight away when your opponent tries to wake up. Now, it doesn't really take a lot of effort. All you're really doing is you're basically just getting the light tatsu, you're hitting that hard DP in the corner, and when your opponent tries to get up, all you're doing is you're just hitting light kick, and then you're just going to hit that hard punch straight afterwards. Another frame trap set up with Akuma, which I think is probably one of his best frame traps, is the light tatsu into his demon flip that jumps into the air. Then when you jump into the air, you're basically going to hit any of the punch buttons, which is basically going to activate Akuma to do his downward fist, where he's going to slice down at the ground. Now, normally when this attack hits, your opponent is going to be ready to block that attack, DP that attack, or they'll try and backstep that attack. But what happens is, when you do it this way, the attack will almost look like it misses. It will look like the attack whiffs, and they'll automatically get hit with a counter punish, and then that will allow you to be able to follow up for big damage and convert that into a combo.
Sacrifice yourself to the sweet no hard.
Another thing that we can look at, which is also a really good tool, is Akuma's Adamant Flame. So it's basically just, backwards Hadouken with Akuma. You got a light one, which is really good if you just want to kind of fire that out really, really quickly. You also have a medium one, which is really a little bit stronger, really good for punish counters. So one thing you can do with Adamant Flame, which is super easy, anyone can do it, is when you get a medium punch Adamant Flame or a hard punch Adamant Flame. So say if I get an Adamant Flame right now on Ryu, what you'll notice is when that hits Ryu, it still leaves me in grab and strike distance, which basically means the second I've hit that move on Ryu, if I don't follow up with anything else with the Adamant Flame and I just hit that backwards Hadouken, Ryu will be right next to me straight after that hits, and he'll be standing there. You will be plus, I think it's roughly plus 2 frames or something like that, but basically you'll be plus. What will happen is if Ryu tries to do anything, other than try to grab tech or DP Shoryuken or a backstep, he's just going to get hit with that grab immediately afterwards. So it's super easy, anyone can do it. All you gotta do is either, medium punch Adamant Flame or a hard punch Adamant Flame. You'll be in strike for a distance, and it's up to you whether you just want to either grab your opponent instantly, or you can hit them with a follow-up move to create some counter pressure. Another thing that's really cool with Demon Flip is that you can again get that same Oki pressure by converting a light tatsu and not doing any follow-up afterwards. So all you want to do is you just want to basically end that combo with crouching low medium, and straight from the crouching low medium you're going to hit a standing light kick, and then from that standing light kick into light tatsu. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you the plus frames that you need in order to do your demon flip to land behind your opponent if they don't press any buttons. But if they tech roll, then it will make you land in front of them. Either side you land on is still going to be confusing. You're still going to be on plus, and you're going to be able to get those whiff punishes or those counter punishes.
Sacrifice yourself to the sweet no hard.
Okay, so another thing that I think that's quite important with Akuma, and normally I wouldn't do this with a character tutorial, but with Akuma I think it's 100% worth mentioning. Now, if you're trying to get to master, you can get there just by, doing kind of like the basics really good. So, DPing at the right time, just more or less just making the right reads, using the spacing. Akuma is, good enough to get you to master by using those simple things. However, if you want to increase your chances of getting to master, with Akuma specifically, I would highly recommend taking advantage of his walk speed. Akuma has one of the fastest walk speeds in the game. I'm not sure if it is the fastest. It may even be faster than Kami, but it's definitely one of the best walk speeds in the game, and something that you have to take advantage of if you want to improve your game and get to master a lot quicker. So I'm going to show you guys an example of how you would use Akuma's walk speed. And some of you might be familiar with this, but some of you might not. So I'm just going to cover it in detail because I feel like not a lot of people really explain this side of the game. So I'm just going to explain how the shimmy works first, and then I'll show you how it works in Akuma. So in Street Fighter 6, for anybody who doesn't know, the shimmy game is a big part of Street Fighter 6 now. It's pretty much, if you're not shimmying, then you're not really taking advantage of the game's full engine, and I highly recommend that you incorporate it into your strategy. So what is shimmying? So shimmying is really simple. Shimmying is where your plus frames on your opponent, so say if you're +2 frames on your opponent, which basically means you're 2 frames ahead, and it basically gives you the ability to be able to control the space in between you and your opponent, where you can either move backwards and trick them into doing a move. So if I throw Ryu right now, move forward and move backwards, you see Ryu goes for the throw misses, and then the second that throw misses, I go straight back in with Akuma and I go straight back in with the grab. So this is the shimmy, and it is like the most simple form. This is the most simple form of the shimmy. You're just literally, when they're in the corner, you're grabbing them, going, moving forward, moving back, and you're almost, when you're trying to shimmy, what you don't want to do is you don't want to just throw Ryu and then just walk backwards randomly and walk forward and grab him. Like that's not how you shimmy. What you want to do is, when you're practicing this or looking into this, you want to be throwing Ryu on the floor, or whoever it is, walk forward a little bit, and then you want to wait for Ryu or whoever the opponent is you're dummying, wait for them to go for the grab. The second they go for that grab, you're almost going to dodge that grab almost like it's an attack. So don't just see the grab as just a grab. See the grab as a fist coming towards you. You're going to physically dodge that fist. So you're going to move in like this, you're going to trick him, he's going to grab, and then you're just going to grab him straight afterwards. And if you're doing that correctly, you should be getting a punish counter on that. So you should be catching him quick enough before he can grab. Now that's a shimmy in its simplest form. Now this isn't the most effective way to shimmy, because if you just keep doing this to someone over and over again, it's really obvious to them that all they need to do really in that situation is maybe just kind of jump out the way, or just either tech your grab, or whatever the situation is. So you don't just want to just do this. This is the simplest way to shimmy, but this is definitely the best way to get into shimmies and learn how shimmies work. Now once you started using that on opponents, and you've kind of trained your opponent now that they're going to think every time they get up and they grab, they're going to get grabbed. Well, I might do the throw loop first. So, throw loop, throw Ryu, go forwards, go backwards, he grabs, he misses, I grab him again. But the second time, instead of me just grabbing him again like I did before, this time when he wakes up, I'm going to trick him, and then I'm going to press boom, hit one of the buttons for a punish counter, and then I get a nice little setup into one of my frame traps. And there you go, you see, you get a big conversion off that. And there's not really much you can do about that. There is obviously ways of getting out of it, but like I said, if you're just trying to get your Akuma to master and you want to take advantage of some of his tools, such as his walk speed, etc., I highly recommend incorporating the shimmy into your game. It will definitely start getting more results when you're trying to rank your Akuma up 100%.